I feel so honored to be here tonight, to speak to such beautiful people. I can see your worries. I can see how busy your minds are with what needs to be done and what needs to be taken care of. All the worries about the future. I can also see that some of you have already released that. But I want to inspire all of you because there's a rhythm to life. And sometimes you move beyond the worry just to fall back into it. And I want to assure you that abundance, fortune, it's something that your souls chose to come and rewrite on earth. And I'm not going to tell you the obvious thing that is not about money. Because fortune brings joy, the feeling of having enough brings fulfillment. But you might just have to look at it a bit differently. Because fortune that brings fulfillment is not in line with ego. It's not in line with being flashy. It is about knowing that you have enough for yourself and to share. And the biggest problem always comes that people who live in the light always wants to share more than what they allow themselves to receive first. And fortune, abundance, that is money and time and love and health and freedom, everything that will supply to you joy and peace. And it is linked to your spirituality, to feeling fulfilled as a spiritual being, and to not feel stuck in what you are being told to believe. To be spiritually empowered means that you don't get stuck in what other people tell you to believe. That you find your own way, that you find joy in your own communication with your God, with spirit. That you have a personal relationship that you can fall back on every time that you worry. Where you know you can go to feel safe, to surrender, and to ask to be filled with trust and knowing. Knowing in itself is a great abundance. And it is not a knowing about what's going to happen or what to do, but a deeper inner knowing of who you are, of how you want to live and create life, and to trust that the universe and life itself will supply everything you need to live in joy, to live in peace. That it is not something that you need to earn or deserve or be better than somebody else. People block abundance by going into competition. That is not a spiritual attribute. And spiritual liberation is when you free yourself of all these expectations of the earthly reality and what people tell you is the right thing to do or say or how to behave or how to be successful. And this is why we are so proud of you, that you all think differently and act differently. And we want to encourage you to be brave, to not get stuck in the way that you've been taught to do things, but to be unique, to color outside of the lines, and to just do things your way, in a way that fulfills you. And that is the greatest abundance that you can know. And the more you harmonize with your soul, with your true purpose and your deepest truth on earth, the more you attract all the people and opportunities and circumstances that will fulfill that path for you. But you are on earth, and earth is stuck in duality. And although you came to help unstuck earth, this is the intense process that you are busy with. So in order to become abundant, you need to understand the concept of lack. You need to understand why you feel it, where it comes from. And you need to retrain your mind not to keep falling back into those habits, those old patterns. And this is where we bring you inspiration to know that self-knowledge, the understanding of your soul self, brings all the abundance that you need. Because when you know who you are and how you want to live that on earth, the mere idea of what reality expects of you will just not make sense anymore. Freedom lies in being true to you. And I do know that you do receive the same information over and over, but it is because it is quite simple that you just need to stay present and aware as to what energy you feed in your life. Which ideas do you give power to? What do you give into? How do you ride the waves of your emotions? How do you understand what is going on in your mind? And how do you allow your spiritual empowerment to override all the old habits and patterns and ideas? And you might feel at this stage that you're taking everything personally, that you are quick to anger and quick to judge, all because you are busy finishing up with those things. Becoming aware of that in yourself so that you can change, so that you can guide the physical into allowing the soul to take a lead. And this is quite challenging for the mind, because the mind wants to plan ahead, wants to save up. But this is not the way of spirit. Spirit knows that life is abundant. Life is healing. Life is joy and beauty. And you separated yourself from that because of expectations, performance, success. So this is the decision that we want to encourage you to make in this very powerful week the energies rising high. And the energies are rising high to also bring out the negative and make it visible, to empower you, to see it for what it is, but still expand in positivity and the belief in miracles and exciting life things that you can do for yourself. So the choice is, how do I see life? How do I live and create my life? How do I sing the song of my soul that have not been sung yet? And it's not a task, and it's not difficult. It's just an unburdening of all the excess layers, letting them go through all of the negativity and the things that are pushing your buttons to come to your own truth time and time again. And make it simple for yourself. Create for yourself a mental picture of a special place where you can be, where you can go every time to recenter, to ask for guidance, to receive peace. And then life won't weigh so heavily upon you. And you will start experiencing life as beautiful, as abundant, and the very air that you breathe as prosperity. Prosperity is in laughter, having fun, sharing that with everybody. Don't hide away. When you feel miserable, reach out and allow yourself to be abundant in smiles and laughter with somebody who needs it as well. Be aware of what you talk about, how you keep yourself centered in negativity and worries. Be aware of what you think about. Be aware of the emotions you hold, keeping you stuck in the past, which is actually now a realm that you've moved beyond. And you need to release it. You need to set it free. Celebrate what it was, but don't bring it with. This is such a cleansing time. It's a time of knowing and understanding. With all of the things that are pushing your buttons, it is showing you as well who you are not. That you are not that anger. That you are not that bitterness. You are not the resentment. And choose not to be that. And if you struggle, ask us to help you. Because this is what we are waiting for. This is why we are here, to uplift you, to carry you. And that is why my gift to you is the greatest prosperity of all, and that is joy. Because joy comes from your heart, from the center of your being, and it can never dry up. It can never be gone as long as you trust in it. and allow.